you don't remember your sister being pregnant in 1997, and you were never pregnant in 1997? Never miscarried, never had a pregnancy before. Who's the older, Hannah or Josh?
No, yeah.
Baby was actually set on fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only was it abandoned, but...
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out exactly...
The woman sitting across from that detective is 52-year-old Keri Mezzuca. She drove herself to the police station this morning, thinking she was helping with a cold case. She has no idea that the DNA from a swab she is about to volunteer has already been matched. She has no idea the detective knows what she did in a bathtub on September 6, 1997. And she has no idea that within the next 50 minutes, she will walk him through it herself, step by step, in her own words. On the morning of September 8, 1997, groundskeepers in Washington Park in Albany, New York, found something in a bed of tulips near the road. A charred bundle no bigger than a loaf of bread, wrapped in cloth, placed carefully, then set on fire. The medical examiner opened his file that afternoon and wrote 3 words the city would remember for the next 27 years. Healthy newborn boy. His little lungs had drawn air. He had cried. He had been alive for minutes, maybe longer, in the hands of the person who brought him into the world. Albany buried him under a name they gave him themselves, Baby Moses. Hundreds of strangers turned out for the funeral. Nobody claimed him. Nobody looked for him. And for 27 years, nobody knew who he was. Until a forensic genealogist ran the sample. The Albany Police Department Cold Case Unit reopened the file in 2023. The physical evidence recovered from Washington Park in 1997 had been preserved. A tiny sample of tissue, a trace of the towel, enough. They sent it to a genetic genealogy lab in California, and 8 months later a report came back with a family tree that pointed to a small town called Roxbury, up in the Catskills. Population 2,500, 1 high school. Everyone knew everyone. The tree narrowed to one woman, 52 years old now, a mother of 2, living in a small yellow house on Ostrander Road in Guilderland, New York, about 40 minutes from Washington Park. She worked Monday through Friday at an insurance office. She left her house between 7:19 and 7:46 in the morning. She came home between 4:46 and 5:29 at night. On weekends, she saw her boyfriend Brian. Her son Josh was back at Siena College. Her daughter Hannah was grown. It was just her and the cat now. On the morning of September 6, 2024, 27 years to the day since baby Moses was born, detectives from the Albany PD Cold Case Unit called her in for what they described as a friendly conversation about a case from long ago. She agreed to come. She wasn't under arrest. She could leave at any time. She was told they were interviewing everyone who might know something. She sat down across from the lead detective. She had no lawyer. She thought she was there to help. Here is what the detective already knows before she opens her mouth. 1. The baby was a full-term, healthy newborn boy. 2. The autopsy confirmed the baby breathed air. He was alive. 3. There was no water in his lungs. He did not drown. 4. There was no blunt force trauma. He was not beaten. 5. That leaves only one cause of death consistent with the evidence: suffocation. 6. The fire came after. The burns were post-mortem. The fire was not the murder. The fire was the cover-up. And 7. The genealogy report. The detective is looking at the biological mother right now. He does not need a confession to make the case. He needs a confession to close it. Because a case like this doesn't just belong to detectives. It belongs to a city that buried a baby with no name and stood over the grave for 27 years wanting to know who he was.
Years just kind of blend together. 92, like 95-ish.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah. So
I think they've
90,
been here forever.
so 1995-ish, you moved out here. And you were working at that time where? What was it?
It was called Camry. Excuse me. It's CAMARY. Statewide Services.
And what'd you do? Again, I'm sorry.
I was like receptionist, book, don't know, secretary, I guess you would call me. I wasn't really executive anything. It was more like the executive secretary, I guess you
Okay.
would call me.
Yeah.
I don't know what my official position was because I don't think anyone really gives titles anymore.
And are they still around?
No, they merged and they were bought out by Living Resources.
That's like home health aid stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like disability
Yeah.
type.
Okay. And where was that in Albany?
It was down. It was near Washington. There's a church on Western Ave. There's
Firehouse right there too.
I don't think there's a firehouse, but like Washington Park was down. There's what was on the corner? There's like a little restaurant on the corner. What was the church called? It was like 99 something Western Avenue. I'm trying to think of the name of the restaurant that was on the corner. It was past, like I would come out North Main and go down left, and there's like, it was almost like we were on the second floor, and
Okay.
there's, what's the what's the church? There's a church right there. Right.
How far down to Washington Park when you were living on North Main and Western? Where? How long of a walk was it?
I had to drive, I
You
believe.
have to drive
Yeah.
that far.
Yeah.
Do you know where Western and Washington meet down north?
Kind of, yeah.
So was it before that, or was it near where they meet?
Before that, I believe.
Before that.
Watch her cadence. Long, flowing, filled with landmarks and street names, corrections and asides. This is Keri when she is telling the truth. Remember it.
It was like a 2-story. I'm trying to think of I don't know the address.
Okay. All right. I mean,
Sounds like it's more uptown than downtown. Kind of near the park.
okay. So I'm sorry. Back to this. I can get lost in the history
Yeah,
of
no,
Albany
that's
and
fine.
Beaver.
Yeah, I don't. And I'm not from, like, I'm a kind of a transplant. I'm Guilderland, so I get down in Albany and I'm like,
Lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's confusing. When you first move here, it's confusing because it's so
Even now.
much.
even now, like to go down there, I have to put my GPS on my phone because I have no clue where
Well,
I'm
that's
going.
like
But you understand.
you're much
Small
like
town girl.
I mean, to me, Roxbury, where I'm from, Roxbury's like the big city. You know?
No.
I'm kidding. It's a little bit more. You guys had a gas station, Ashland. We didn't even have a gas station.
No, I think there's one. I think there's one, or there used to be, but I don't know. It was like in the middle of town.
Yep.
And there was a ski area. That's pretty much all there.
Yeah. Was that Belmont?
She laughs. She jokes. He laughs with her. Everything about this is easy. He is not her enemy yet.
So, Mary and Dennis.
Yeah, no
Has,
joke.
has anyone, no one in the family's talked about losing someone that never got accounted for? Younger, though. Like, young.
No, I mean, my Aunt Connie didn't have kids. My Aunt Bonnie has 2 boys. My Uncle George had 3 kids. Aunt Jean has 1, and Aunt Nancy has 1, and Aunt Jean has 2. No, they're all accounted for that I know of. My grandmother did foster kids.
Foster wouldn't matter. It's
Yeah.
bloodline stuff, you know? What about your, actually, let me ask you this. Wendy.
Yeah.
Does Wendy have kids?
She has a son,
Okay. Wendy's son. How old is he?
Winnie.
And what's his name?
Brett. Brett.
And last name?
Morrison. Morrison.
Okay.
And then she had, no, it was a stepson. Because she had
Yeah,
another, but it was a stepson.
No, this is like straight
Yeah.
bloodline related. Okay. Let me ask you this. Back 96, 97,
Mhm.
1997, right? Anyone, any of them end up being pregnant?
My sister, no. Jessica, no, she's lesbian.
Okay. She's definitely not going to have a baby.
She's not gonna have a baby. Ames and David are in Vermont. Ames has no kids. Dave has 3. George thought he was gay, but he has a child. And then Michelle has, I think Michelle has 2 and like 3 or 4 grandkids or something. She's younger than I am. And then Heather has a son.
Okay.
So I think
But any at that time, was anybody pregnant and then like no one ever saw the kid or anything?
No,
No,
not that I'm aware of. No.
not that you're aware of.
Again, I mean, I'm not close to my
Yeah.
cousins, but I
To the best of your knowledge, do you know if any of your cousins were ever down in the Albany area back in the 90s?
possibly to go to like cross gates and shopping and stuff like that.
But
I mean,
not
not
living,
living.
yeah.
No, not that I'm aware of. No.
She has just, without knowing it, cleared every other name on her family tree, every cousin, every aunt, every possibility. If the DNA in Washington Park comes from her bloodline, and it does, the field has just narrowed to one person, her.
When you lived on Main, how'd that go? Because I remember was that your first apartment?
It was.
Okay. Did you have a roommate or
No, but it was a I didn't have roommates, but it was like a building, and there were 5 apartments in there.
Okay. Okay.
So there were people all upstairs.
That's an adjustment though, because how old were you?
What's that? When did I say I came in? 95-ish?
Yeah, somewhere in
Or
there.
72, 82, 92, 23?
23? That's a big move. I mean, an hour away all on your own, an apartment and a job.
I had a bunch of friends here
Oh,
that
did you?
had moved from Roxbury, and we're
Okay. So you at least
then work, and I was very big into we joined a volleyball team at work, and just very kept active.
Yeah, stuff to do.
to do.
Okay. Were the friends would have all been out of school at that point, right?
Mhm.
Were they all just working?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Just
That phase of life, the first job.
you got pretty much either you stay in Roxbury, or you get you leave.
What'd you go to school for? Just curious.
Secretarial.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
appropriate.
How many friends came down from Roxbury, or how many were down here
There's probably,
transplanted?
At that time, there were probably 3 or 4, 5. I mean, didn't hang out with them often, but.
Now he turns the corner. Watch the mode shift. Same voice, same warm posture, different question.
Actually, I didn't even ask you. So you said you have 2 kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any other kids?
No.
No? Okay. I know it's kind of a personal question, but it's one of the things I gotta ask. How many times have you been pregnant?
2.
2?
Yes.
Okay.
Very easy, very.
Easy pregnancies?
Mhm.
No issues?
No.
What about after? Because like my wife, she had the postpartum. Did you ever get that?
No.
Really? Good for you. It was,
No.
2. That is her number. 2 pregnancies, 2 children, Hannah and Josh. Nothing before them, nothing between them, nothing missing. She said it fast. She said it without a pause. And she said it because in her mind, 27 years ago is not real anymore. 27 years ago, she buried something inside herself so deep, she almost believes it never happened.
It was a tough time in the lawyer household.
It wasn't really.
Oh my god.
No, I have a good support system,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
Kind of
that's,
prepared you.
that's a hard thing to get used to. Trust me.
You're the father of your 2 children, Josh and Hannah.
Yes.
You guys still together or
No, we're divorced.
divorced? Did you meet him in Roxbury or down here?
No, here.
Here?
We work together. Yeah.
At Tri-City.
Nope, at Camry.
The living resources. New.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So when did you meet him? How long after you came here?
Well, I met him immediately because we worked together.
Yep.
But then we started dating probably 2 years later. He was actually engaged.
Oh, he was
And then
engaged.
he
at
was
that-
engaged, and then they broke up, and then, yeah.
Okay. And when did you guys separate? I'm just curious.
2016.
2016. So you
Don't
meet-
get me started on that one.
No, no.
All right. So you meet him. You guys are together for that time. Okay. So part of this is we're going around. We're trying to collect DNA samples from people.
Mhm.
All right, to try and match to the remains and that we're doing. Is that something you'd be able to help us out
Yeah,
with?
that's
Give us
fine.
a sample of DNA. Okay. Yeah, we can do that here in a
So the
moment.
remains were found where? Can you tell me that?
Yeah. So, are you familiar with this area at all?
The detective heard everything he needed. He is not going to argue with her. Not yet. He is going to let her breathe. He is going to move to the DNA swab. He is going to let her hand it to him. And then he is going to slide a photograph across the table.
I mean, easy
Oh, I'm
enough.
sorry, I got goosebumps.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, it is. It's every. I'm sure whoever whatever happened, there's an explanation because generally there's an explanation to everything that happens because it
Right.
happened, right? It's just a matter of figuring it out, and I think eventually we'll do that, but part of that is talking to people and figuring it out. We can do so much investigatively, like following DNA trails and stuff, and it is super cool, like the way this stuff works. Like, I swear to you, soon, we're not there yet,
So
but
how does that work with DNA? Can you pinpoint?
yeah.
I don't watch any of those stupid.
No.
Sorry, I don't mean
No,
to
no,
use
it's
shows
not.
and,
You're insulting my career.
No, they freak me out.
Yeah.
So DNA
What?
is pretty cool because, in a sense, everyone's fingerprint is different, right? It's
Mhm.
distinct. DNA is like your genetic fingerprint.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
And whenever people are created, you get some DNA from mom, some DNA from dad. So as the years progress and the trees branch out, there's parts of those pieces of DNA that go with every person. Just gets a little
Right.
mixed up, and that's where your trace come from.
I mean, the thing about this, and it's law enforcement's not a special thing. It's like someone figures out a cool thing to do to solve crimes,
Right.
or figure stuff out, because not everything's a crime,
Mhm.
but to figure stuff out, and then everyone gets on it. Like Golden State Killer, he was a serial killer, rapist, running around California for years, like numerous victims, and then they implored this technology that we're kind of using now.
Mhm.
And they were able to link him to all these crimes from like 30 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
game changer.
crazy.
It's actually a huge help, Like, it generally does help us do what we got to do. So the way it works is, we go around, we obtain DNA samples from a bunch of different people, and then we end up zeroing in and figure out who mom and dad are.
Mhm.
So
Because it's that same kind of thing where everyone's DNA starts spreading out the branches of the trees.
Right.
But the more samples that we can find and we can keep comparing them, it keeps bringing us in because we find
Oh, wow.
the traits that are
Yeah.
similar between the people.
That's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
it's cool,
Goosebumps. Note that word. She is not surprised, because surprise is a fast reaction that comes from the face. Goosebumps are a slow reaction that comes from the body. Her body knew before her mouth did. Her body has been waiting 27 years for someone to point at a spot on a map and say, "Here." She asked him how DNA works. That is not a random question. That is the question you ask when you are already trying to calculate how close he is.
we're trying to sort out, but all we can do is ask the questions. And like I said, I appreciate it. So that's the family.
Yeah, I don't think.
At no point, you don't remember your sister being pregnant in 1997, and you were never pregnant in 1997? Never miscarried, never had a pregnancy before. Who's the older, Hannah
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Josh?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Never had a child or were pregnant before Hannah?
No.
Okay.
And to no one that you know of as far as cousin-wise that was pregnant or that was in Albany or nothing that you can think of, because I know you said that you weren't really close with them.
No. I mean. No. My two are in Vermont. Just not having a child. No.
Okay.
Lock that answer in. Never miscarried. Never had a pregnancy before. That sentence is now on the record. Every word she says after this will be measured against it.
The other part of it is this. I'm not saying I don't believe you by any means,
Right.
But one of the other things we the best way to describe it is we're mixing old school and new school, right? We're doing this new school DNA stuff, but we're also doing the old school in the sense of if people are willing to do it, we're trying to bring it back. Would you be willing to take a polygraph examination for us?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. We're trying to mix those in too. So yeah, let's go get
Yeah,
our
we'll go get the
forensics
DNA
guy will come
guy.
in to do the DNA. It's just a swab, so it's much like a Q-tip. And all you're gonna do, he's gonna have you go over a consent form, just saying, yeah, I consent to give my DNA to the Albany Police Department, and then you'll take it and just rub it on the inside of your cheek.
Okay.
It's
that
super
cool?
easy. It's just
Yeah.
like the ones that they send home, like when people do DNA stuff that they send in to all these different websites.
Yeah.
It's like the
I-
same exact thing.
Perfect.
I'll be right back with
Give
that.
me one moment. Here.
No,
You sure you don't need coffee or water? or
I'm
something?
fine. What time is it?
It is 8:12.
Okay.
So you're good.
Can I have my phone back just so I can text and tell him I'm not gonna be in time? I
Yeah.
started at 8:30.
Yeah, let me grab it and we'll get it in here with the DNA.
Yeah, and then I'll give it back to you or whatever.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Hang tight 1 sec.
She asks for her phone so she can tell her boss she'll be late for her insurance job. In her mind, this is still Friday morning. She's going to be at her desk by 9. The second detective is about to walk in with the swab. He is not there for the swab.
And I did, I was doing the math. I moved here in 97.
You moved here in
Because
97?
I worked for an insurance company in Roxbury for 5 years. I graduated in 92.
In 97, which insurance company?
In Roxbury? Mid-Rox?
Dad worked at Medrocks.
Who?
Bob Lawyer.
I think it was Albany? With Carol Wilson and Fred Morse?
He would have been there probably in 85 to 87.
So before
yeah,
me.
way before you. No kidding. Small world, isn't it?
Right?
So this is Detective Zucchelli. He's in
Good
the
evening.
forensic investigation unit.
Good morning. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to text work to let them know I'm going to be late. Sorry about that.
No, all good. Here, I'm sitting actually. They get buggy about, for
Yep,
some
nope,
reason,
that's fine.
I don't. This place is like,
No, I got it.
There's just a consent form that you're giving me the DNA voluntarily. If you want to read that and sign it for me, I appreciate it. Just used in this case only. It's not put into a database or anything used against in any other cases. Keri Mezzuca.
Yes.
I'm just going to brush up the inside of your cheek. This doesn't hurt or anything like that.
I like when they scrub you for the strep test, but not this is not in your
Way
throat.
easier than that.
2 swabs, 4 seconds. That's how long it took for her to hand over the same DNA that has been sitting in a genealogy database for over a year, with her name written on it in 22 different ways.
all right. That should not take all that long. They're pretty quick about the DNA. All right, fair enough. I'm sorry. What's Hannah and Josh? Oh, don't say that.
See, now it's stuck. Now it's stuck.
And Joshua?
What's her dad's name?
Jason? Mizuka.
You said you moved here. It's actually 97. You moved here.
I believe, yes, because I graduated high school in 90, graduated college in 92, worked for the insurance company for 5 years. 3, 4, 5, 6, 90, yes.
Okay.
And I moved in August? June?
June or July.
August.
Okay.
I'd have to, like I said, I'm so terrible with like dates, times, years.
No,
I'd have
that's
to go
all
back
good.
a year, but yeah.
And that was the first apartment you ever had.
Yes.
Okay. And when you went to Delhi, were you living at home?
No, I was living in the dorms.
You're living in the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when you were working at
Cameron?
Cameron.
no, not Camry, the
Insurance company?
insurance
I was
company.
living with my parents.
You're living with your parents, and they were in Roxbury.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And when you started working at the place here in Albany, the
Camry?
Camry.
Yeah, you're never gonna get that one.
I swear to God, I'll get it by the end of this. When you were working at Camry, what was your schedule like there?
8 to 4, 9 to 5.
8 to 4.
Like a regular
Yeah,
one.
right.
They step out for 6 minutes. When the lead detective comes back, the small talk is over. He is done setting the table.
So, how long after you got to Albany and started working there did you link up with Jason?
So we started working together probably year and a half after.
A year and a half.
Because, like I said, he was engaged. You know, we were just friends, and then his engagement broke off, and then
Okay.
Was he working at Camry when you started?
he was.
He
Yes.
was?
Yeah.
Okay. And
We were in the same office
Okay.
prior to him, any boyfriends, anything like that?
in college.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I did. Excuse me. Can I get a water at some point?
Yeah, I'll go
No,
get it.
that's fine. I did have. You want me to wait for him to come
No,
back?
no, go ahead.
I did have 2 boyfriends in college,
Okay.
and then when I came up here, I was, you know, not really dating. You know, we joined our company, had a volleyball team, and we would hang out and stuff. But I never really dated anyone up here until I met Jason,
Okay.
and then we started dating.
Okay. Fair enough. I gotta add, so part of the
Mhm.
thing is, you know, we're asking people as we're going through. So this is a very newborn baby that gets found.
Mhm.
And we're trying to hash that out as to exactly what happened to it. And we're just getting people's perspective.
Right.
Like, I mean, this.
A moment ago, she was a woman with 2 easy pregnancies. Now she is a woman who moved to Albany in the summer of 1997, gave birth in September, and had no boyfriend on either side of the calendar. The math is doing itself. He does not have to do it for her.
I mean, these remains, they get found in Washington Park. I mean, in your mind, what would cause someone to leave a baby in a place? Anything you could think of?
No. Because they have all those, like, hospitals, safe places.
Yeah,
like,
like a safe
wait,
haven so you can-
oops, sorry. I got
Yeah,
goosebumps.
I mean, that's what we're trying to wrap our head around.
No idea. No idea. That's,
I mean, so there's some aggravating factors with this as well.
I think,
She just did his job for him. She reached, unprompted, for the safe haven law. A 25-year-old woman in 1997 would not have said hostels. That is language a woman thinks about when she has spent 27 years asking herself why she didn't use them.
Well,
I think especially, like, how,
right. I mean, that's what we're trying to wrap our heads around and get from people. I mean, this happened, and I think within short order we're going to be able to figure out definitely who mom is,
Mhm.
you know, and then we'll work through who dad is, and you know we got to collect all these DNA samples and go from there. But you know, the thing about this is. So I'm sorry I gotta show you this, but I do, because it is important, okay? Baby was actually set on fire.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only was it abandoned, but
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we're trying to figure out
Ooh.
exactly what happened to this baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because here's the thing, right? Is
Who-
it could be a couple different things here. We know the baby was alive. We know it breathed, had lung flowing through its airs, was healthy, was crying. And then this happened.
Ugh.
Now watch her mouth. Oh my God, 4 times. 4 times in 7 seconds. That is not a reaction. That is a script. A real stranger looks at that photograph and asks a question. A mother says, "Oh my God," over and over, because her mouth is buying her brain time to figure out what to say next. He is not going to ask her if she did it. He is going to tell her he already knows.
So we're trying to figure out, you know, who did it. Obviously, right?
Right. No.
Because in your mind, I mean, you see that. What's that scream to you?
It's crazy.
But I mean, as I said, everything's explainable.
Right.
You know, but it's not me. I don't know. Especially when you know we can prove it.
Mhm.
That's not the spot you want to be, or someone wants to be. I should say.
Right.
right? Like if someone is truly related or the mother or father of this child, the best thing they could do when we talk to them, and this is just me thinking out loud, is the best thing they could do when we talk to them is be truthful, right? Like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, this is what happened, but I didn't do that, or so and so did that, But people that lie, that ain't gonna go their way, right? Because everything gets figured out. As I was telling you, like that Golden State guy,
Right.
or all this stuff. Look at that the Giglio Beach guy that killed all those girls.
Right.
They figure it out, because what they do is we end up, we go, we get DNA, we make comparisons, and God help someone if they lie. Because all you have is your credibility, right? Because 27 years ago, baby Moses gets found here, right? And say you are mom, right? I'm not saying you are, but say you are, right? And we bring you down here, and you say, no, I'm not the mother. I was never pregnant then. What if that's not true? Like, we can figure all that stuff out, right? And then what happens is we go, hey, guess what? We found this baby dead and burned, and the mother said she's not the mother. What's that scream to you? If you're
I did it.
3 seconds. That is how long 27 years of silence lasted, once the detective stopped explaining and started asking. I did it. 3 words. She said them at 4 minutes after being shown the photograph.
I did it. I did it.
You did it?
I did it.
What happened?
I got pregnant. I had the baby. I gave birth in my bathtub. Baby died. Didn't know how to get rid of it.
How'd the baby die?
I think I had water in the bathtub. I think it drowned.
You drowned it?
I didn't drown it.
In that bathtub?
Yes.
Inside that apartment? Right there?
Yes.
Why'd you burn the baby?
I didn't burn the baby.
Who did?
I don't know who did.
Who'd you give the baby to?
I had the baby by myself. I went down to the park and I handed it to somebody.
Who'd you hand it to?
I don't know. Some random person.
Keri, that doesn't.
This is the second story. The first was, I did it. The second is a fairy tale. A drowning that wasn't a drowning. A stranger in a park who took a newborn from her arms and set it on fire for her. She is doing what people do when they finally admit a piece of the truth. They immediately start bargaining down.
Keri, that doesn't make sense.
I swear to God.
You did not hand this baby to a random person. That didn't happen.
I didn't know what to do. I set the baby on fire.
Was it screaming?
No, it was dead. It was dead.
So, where'd you put the baby in?
A towel.
A towel? Because the doctor who did the autopsy says your version's bullshit.
I put it in it.
No, what I'm saying is this baby was breathing for minutes. This baby was alive.
I had it in the. I did.
That doesn't lie. This is 27 years ago. Let's clean this up. Let's be done with this here and now. That baby died, not of natural causes.
I didn't kill the baby that I'm aware of. I had it in the bathtub.
And it didn't drown. There's no water in the lungs. That didn't happen. It's not of natural causes. There's no trauma, so that leaves one thing. And you know what that one thing is?
Suffocation?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I get it. You're all alone.
There it is. Yeah. Not with her mouth denying it. Not with her hands over her face. Just, yeah. Because the medical examiner cornered her from 27 years away, and there was nowhere left to go.
I get it. You're all alone in 1997. You probably moved here because you were pregnant and you were trying to hide it.
I did not. I moved here for a job.
Moved here for a job?
I didn't know I was pregnant until after I moved here.
Okay. Fair enough. And listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. That is probably the truth.
That is the truth.
But we know definitively that this child breathed. We know it was taking breath in its little lungs. All right? If you freaked out and did this, that's fine. We need to know.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I suffocated the child.
With what?
I put it in a bag.
Put it in a bag? Did you cover his mouth, his nose?
I don't remember. I don't remember that part. I may have. I don't know that I put it in a bag, though.
Watch how the story rearranges itself in real time. Drowned, not drowned. Stranger in a park. Set on fire alone. Bag, no bag. Mouth, nose, I don't remember. She isn't lying to him now. She's negotiating with herself.
Okay, let's talk about this. Did you hear the baby cry and screaming?
I did not.
You didn't hear the baby cry?
No, I swear. That I remember. I do not remember hearing the baby crying.
You put him in a bag, and we know he's alive. We definitely know that from the doctor. You know?
Because an autopsy was completed on the baby, and that's how we know the baby didn't drown.
Right.
So that's what we need to figure out, and we honestly want to know because there's, the one thing I've consistently said about this whole thing is I have more questions than I have answers. And I hate being in that spot,
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to figure that out, and we need to flush that out so we can all move forward. This is a long, long time ago. You know what I mean? So you have the baby in the tub. It doesn't drown.
No.
Okay.
I did put it in the tub. I don't remember covering its mouth and nose. Did I? Maybe. I do remember putting it in a bag. I don't remember hearing it cry.
What kind of bag?
I think like a Walmart type.
Like a plastic bag?
A plastic bag.
Okay. And then, how'd you get down to Washington Park?
Drove.
You drove. And you're by yourself?
Yeah. 1,000%.
What kind of car did you have back then?
I had a Honda Civic.
What color was it?
Green and blue?
Green and blue?
I think it was like a greenish, bluish color at that
Gotcha.
point.
So you
I think that was the car that I had at that point.
So you put the baby in a bag. Did you have a name picked out?
No.
When did you figure out you were pregnant? I'm just curious.
I moved to Albany, and then it was probably like a month later. I didn't, I was living at home with my parents, and
Yeah.
Did you ever go see a doctor about being pregnant?
No.
So nobody knew?
No.
It was just, you found out and kind of kept it to yourself?
Like I said, I gave birth in the bathtub.
Yeah. And then you go to Washington Park. At any point, did you see any?
A green and blue Honda Civic, a Walmart bag, a bathtub. She did not need to build these details. They have been sitting inside her for 27 years, and now they are pouring out of her like she is emptying a room she never wanted to enter again.
Park. At any point, did you see any, when you're on your way down there, did you see any police stations? Did you see any hospitals? Did you see any?
No, no.
Right.
It just.
You just want to get rid of the baby. How'd you figure out to set it on fire?
I don't know. I don't.
Do you remember if you used matches or a lighter?
I think matches. I don't think I had a lighter.
Matches.
I think. Why? I don't.
So I gotta ask you the natural thing because based on the way the baby's found, did you hear scream cries as the baby was burning?
No, I think the baby was dead at that point.
At what point, before or after you leave your house, did the baby die?
I think before.
Before? Like how long after? Because, I've had kids. I've been in the delivery room when my wife's had kids. I want you to think back to Hannah and Josh. And were those natural births
Yes.
or were those C-sections?
No, those are natural.
Natural. So I want you to think back to that. Like, you remember how if you had Hannah or Josh, how you hear that first cry?
Right. Yes. No. Yes. I do. I was older.
Yeah.
I was.
I mean, here's the thing. You're a kid. You were 24, 5 when this happened?
But 97?
Yeah.
I was born in 72,
Yeah.
82, 92, 2002. When was it 97? When was it 97?
Yeah. So,
25.
I mean, yeah, you're a kid at that point. Well, I say that now, he's older, but, you know, when you heard that with Hannah, when you heard that with Josh, I want you to think back with this, because it's not, I didn't hear it, you'd remember it. I mean,
I don't remember. I don't remember the crying.
you,
I don't remember it. No.
do you remember the baby looking at you?
No, I think I was just so, like I said, gave birth in the bathtub, was dealing with myself. I don't think I really, I don't remember it crying. I don't remember.
Did you remember it moving?
No, I mean, it was, I think I was just trying to take care of myself, you know.
Yeah. How did you sever the umbilical cord?
Scissors.
Scissors. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. We know from what the doctor told us, right, that this baby was taking breaths, was alive, right? So what we need to sort out now, between us three in this room, so we can all be done with it and move on, is how exactly this baby died, right? I mean, here's the thing.
I must have suffocated it. I mean,
It's not-
that's all I can. My recollection, like I blocked it.
Let's do this. I want you to take a deep breath, and we're going to go in a time warp to 1997. September 1997. Was it night or early morning when you had the baby?
I think it was evening.
Evening. So 27 years ago today, actually. September 6th of 1997. That means that baby was born. That's what I mean. It's been a long time. Let's sort this out, the three of us, and get past it together. And then we're done with it. But people need answers. Yourself included, too.
Right.
This is solid self-reflection on what occurred. And you're not that person anymore, I can tell.
No.
I can tell you're not that person anymore. You grew up, you had 2 kids, you lived the American dream. The American dream. You have a nice little piece of land on Ostrander Road, nice little yellow house, you got a nice car, you have a good thing here. Okay? So let's be this the last time we go through this. Let's be honest, we'll do it together, and then we'll all move on together.
Watch what he just did. He didn't ask her to confess again. He asked her about labor, about cramps, about the water. He is walking her sentence by sentence back into that bathtub in 1997, and she is going with him.
So, 27 years ago, on today's date, in the evening hours,
I believe it was evening.
yep, you believe it was evening. How long were you in labor?
I don't know because it was my first child. I was young. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that I was having pains and I got in the bathtub to kind of like, because I read online, you know, whatever.
Yeah. But you knew you were pregnant, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Were
I
you
don't-
showing?
I don't believe really, no. Nobody ever questioned me.
Really? Some people carry it, some people...
Even with my other 2 though, I wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, but
Okay. And how long do you think you were in the bathtub?
45 minutes, an hour, maybe?
And prior to this, had you gone and seen a doctor, an OB, anything?
No.
No? Okay. So you carry this baby.
The
then-
only reason I knew I was pregnant is because I didn't get my period.
Right. When did you notice you didn't get your period?
I think when I moved up here. Like, you know, I was living with my parents. Like, I was young. I was stupid. I didn't really pay attention.
Yeah.
But I've always been off and had issues and stuff. So it was not anything
Right.
out of the ordinary.
Yeah. No, that happens. Sometimes it goes a little longer.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
a science,
right.
you know? Okay. So then you start getting cramps, and you've done some research on your own online. Um, told you get in the bathtub.
Hmm.
So you get in the bathtub, and then what happens?
I just kind of sat there, and then I just felt like pressure,
Okay.
and then I just felt the baby coming out, and
Yeah. Because here's the thing of this, is, do you remember cleaning the baby off at all?
I don't remember cleaning the baby off.
Because babies that just come out, I mean, you've seen,
Yeah.
they don't look like that. So this baby was cared for somewhat.
I mean, I think I blocked it out. I don't remember cleaning the baby off. I don't,
Right. Well, we need to unblock it so we can figure this out.
I mean, I gave birth in the bathtub. I mean, I may have, like, the towels, because I was in the water anyway.
Yeah.
But then I remember putting the baby outside the tub, because I was trying to figure out the umbilical cord.
Was that slippery with them moving around and stuff? Like, did you have to get a good grip?
I'm assuming I would have to have, yeah.
Because they're little arms, you know what I mean? And
I don't even know if it was a boy or a girl.
It was a boy. It was a boy. First son was a boy. And then you clean yourself up. Do you have to carry the baby out to get the scissors?
No, I had the scissors with me.
So you knew this was going to happen, you wanted to be prepared. Okay. And then you cut the umbilical cord. Were you still in the tub when you cut it?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I stayed in the tub because I didn't know, like, what was going to happen
Right.
with the umbilical cord.
I got you. All right.
She brought the scissors into the bathroom before she got in the water. She planned that. She planned exactly one part of this. She planned the part where she'd need to cut what tied her to him.
All right. Well, now we got to talk about the part where the baby stops breathing. And we got to do an honest account of that with each other. Not a, I think, because this is something you don't forget. You probably haven't thought about it in a long time, but it's definitely something you don't forget.
I put my hands over its mouth and nose.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And then you press down?
Yeah. I think.
No, not I think. It's either did or didn't. And I'm not pressuring you to say something, but I need a definitive answer here.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I pressed down.
Yes, I pressed down, not the plastic bag, not the bathtub, her own hands, on his mouth and his nose, and she pressed down.
Did the baby stop crying when you did that?
Again, I don't remember the baby crying, but it must have. I don't remember the baby crying.
I want you to think back to 1997 when you had your hand over her mouth and nose. Did you feel those little breaths hitting your hand?
Yes.
How long until it stopped?
$10? I don't know.
You held your hand on the baby for 10 minutes.
I don't. Timing, I don't know.
Why?
Why did I do it?
Yeah.
I think I just had no clue what I think I was just in shock.
You're in shock. Had you met Jason yet at that point?
We were working together.
Did you like him at that point?
No, he was engaged. He was, we were just co-workers.
So this is something you were young and you were scared?
Yeah, he doesn't even know about this.
Doesn't know.
No.
Have you ever told anyone?
No.
Never
Nobody.
told anyone?
No, never told anybody.
No.
Not mom, dad,
Nobody.
sister, nobody.
Nobody.
Just kept it inside the whole time.
Yep.
Now, I gotta ask you this, because it's been a long time. After 27 years, how have you never told anyone?
I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed. I blocked it out of my memory. I didn't even know today was the date. Like, I just, like, wiped it.
What's it feel like to kill someone?
Terrible. Terrible.
Like, walk me through your emotions. I always ask everyone that's killed someone, and you're not the first person.
Shame, embarrassment, hatred of myself.
When did that kick in?
Immediately.
After you did it?
Mm-hmm.
So after you pressed on that baby's face, and you recall pushing on his face?
I do now, yes.
She held her hand on the face of a newborn for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. That's not a moment. That's not a panic. That's not a flash. That is a decision she made over and over and over again, every second of 600 seconds, while the breaths under her hand got smaller and smaller and finally stopped. She has been holding it inside for 27 years, and it took 40 minutes with a detective who never raised his voice to bring it out. End of part 1. In part 2, the detective takes her back to Washington Park. She'll walk him through the drive with the baby in the back seat like it was groceries. She'll admit to the matches. She'll admit that if she hadn't done what she did, that baby would be alive today. She'll be asked to write it all down herself, and in her own handwriting, on Albany Police Department letterhead, she will spell out the last 27 years of a city's most famous unsolved case in her own hand. Part 2 is where the truth stops running.
I don't know where I parked. I don't know my way around Washington Park.
Yeah.
I just parked somewhere and then just walked.
When was the last time you thought about this?
Years ago. I've completely, like,
You put up a wall?
put up a wall and blocked it out of my memory. Like, it's one of those things that I was so ashamed of.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I've completely blocked it out.
People can do that. You know.
And I think it's because, embarrassment and shame, hate myself at that time for it. And then, I have a life, I have 2 great kids, and it's just stupid.
So I guess
Stupid.
I got two other things. Have you ever did you keep any trinkets of the baby,
No.
anything like that?
No, I mean, it was so fast. It was,
Any photos of you from that time you still have?
no,
No.
Ever, like, write a diary or, like, a journal about it?
no, no. I have nothing. Like I said, it was, nobody knew, not one person knew anything from the time I got pregnant till what happened, and to this day.
So
No photograph, no trinket, no page in any journal. She erased him so completely that the only proof he existed was in the ground under a name a city gave him because his mother didn't.
So the other part of this is, right, because you're not the first person to do something like this. It happens a lot more than you think, right? And in preparation for this, I've done a lot of research. And one of the things, actually, it's going to sound crazy, but I'm going to ask you. So we now have a sample of your DNA, right? We had a search warrant for it as well, just so you're aware. If we insert that into, now you said you don't watch true crime stuff, you don't watch any podcasts, so I'm going to educate you a little bit here. There's a system called CODIS, right? So a lot of times there will be crimes or remains found, right? And we can't identify the person. And what we'll do is put their DNA in CODIS. And eventually, we'll get a hit as soon as their DNA hits the system. Like, you've never been arrested,
Never.
you've never given a sample of DNA or anything, right? So my question to you is this. If I put your DNA into CODIS, which I can do, right? We can do that. Is that going to hit to any other human remains that have been found anywhere and it's anywhere in the country?
No.
Are you positive?
Positive.
This is the only time.
Yes.
You're sure? Because now is the time to get ahead of it.
Positive. Positive.
Cut and dry, clean, rule-following person. That is how she describes herself. In the same room, in the same conversation, in the same breath as admitting She held her hand over a newborn's mouth for 10 minutes. This is compartmentalization on a scale most people cannot even conceptualize. And it has kept her out of prison for 27 years.
Yeah.
Person.
Monday to Friday, you work. You leave the house at 7:19 to 7:46. The afternoon, you get home 4:46 to 5:29 at night. On the weekends, you go away with Brian sometimes. I'm sure spend the night at his house. Now that Josh is back at Sienna, you got an empty nest. It's just you and the cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, by all accounts, you live a cookie cutter life. But, unfortunately, what we want to talk about was 27 years ago. But while we're speaking, obviously I have to, one, advise you of what can happen. It'd be messed up if I didn't, right? Two is offer you the opportunity, because, believe you me, other people, that's happened. A long time ago. You're a different person.
Yeah.
It's a lifetime ago. Right? But we all deserve the answers. Even yourself, like the reflection on who you were at that time, right? And
25-year-old girl who made a mistake and didn't know how to handle it and was embarrassed and didn't ask for any help.
yeah, I mean, I also see it too as, and correct me if I'm wrong, but seeing how having this newborn is going to mess up what you have going on. Is that fair?
It's fair. It's
Yeah.
fair. And I mean, ashamed, embarrassed, and like I said, I was a town babysitter. I love kids, and I don't, to this day, don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
I think you just, you freak out, and
Yeah.
you,
I mean-
it's, and I think that's why I blocked it out.
I mean, were you aware at that time you could bring the child to a hospital? You could bring it to a
Yes,
clinic?
but like I said, I think heat of the moment, you just, I honestly don't have an answer. I think I just panicked and,
Yeah.
I
You don't have to explain anything
no,
to me.
I'm trying to myself too.
She knew. She knew about the hospital. She knew about the fire station. She knew she could have driven 10 minutes to the same city and put him down at the door of a place that would have taken him with no questions asked and no name required. She drove past those places to a flower bed in Washington Park with a Walmart bag on the seat next to her.
All right, Keri. Well, one of the last things we got to do, police work's all about documentation, right? So we got to go through, get your formal statement about what happened here. Everything we just talked about in some substance just boiled down. And lock that down so we can do our jobs here. And then we'll take a second, figure out where we're at, and see if you're getting out of here, you're staying, whatever's going to happen, right? So we got to do that real quick, okay? So, 6:24. Time is Keri, right?
Yes.
Mezzuca.
Mm-hmm.
Date of birth.
Or 772.
And the address is, here.
6234.
Now she's going to write it down, in her own hand, on Albany Police Department letterhead. This is the closing move. Every word she has said out loud today can be denied tomorrow. Not this one. This one is in her own handwriting.
All right, Keri. Well, one of the last things we got to do, police work's all about documentation, right? So we got to go through, get your formal statement about what happened here. Everything we just talked about in some substance just boiled down. And lock that down so we can do our jobs here. And then we'll take a second, figure out where we're at, and see if you're getting out of here, you're staying, whatever's going to happen, right? So we got to do that real quick, okay? So, 6:24. Time is Keri, right?
Yes.
Mezzuca.
Mm-hmm.
Date of birth.
4772.
And the address is, oh, right here.
6234.
A tree ordinance. That is what she chose to talk about while the detective wrote her name onto the top of her murder confession. Because the compartments in her head are still holding. Still, at this hour, still working.
I have an issue with a tree, and it's the town's telling me it's county, county's telling me it's state. You got the
Yeah. Because of
The roads.
146 and Ostrander. It always seems like it's a fight with jurisdictions to do things.
Trees are expensive. Getting those removed, let's get National Grid to do it.
I was hoping the town would do it, but they're telling me it's county.
So you gotta try and get the county to take care of it.
Let's tell them the town's in the county. There you go. All right, Monday is 2. Now, Keri, my mother's gonna be mad at me for this, but I have to ask you how old you are here, because I'm not doing
52.
math. 52 years old. I am speaking with detectives. Now, I gotta warn you, we have to do this. Some things might not sound flattering, right? But it's the truth. And these are, we have to tell the truth in these. So it's not to offend you. It's not to belittle you or anything like that. We're just writing the truth of what happened here. Okay? So, if you want to just run me through it, like when you moved to Albany, just don't go too fast because I'm pretty slow at writing.
Okay.
So let's do this here.
Oh, so I moved to Albany.
Your words, not mine,
okay.
yours.
I moved to Albany, I don't know the month, in 1997.
Okay, moved to Albany in 1997. I don't know the month though. Is that correct?
I don't.
And I'm not sure what month. Okay.
You have a 1997?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Then let's go here.
Okay.
Whatever you, just recalling the event,
Okay. Do I have to start with, I don't even know what date. You said it was September 7th?
No, as you remember it. Sometime, whenever you remember. If you don't remember the date, you don't remember.
Okay.
That's one of those things like I was saying. It's the truth as you remember it, So, your words here. This is...
All right. Sometime after moving.
Okay.
I gave birth in my bathtub.
Okay.
After giving birth, I placed my hands.
Hands.
Hey, I don't know if it was one or two.
Okay, just as if you... Here's the thing. I don't want you to say something you're not sure of, right? So, best...
And
Okay. Place my hand.
over the baby, nose and mouth.
Okay.
I put baby on the floor.
put the baby on the floor.
Cut my umbilical cord.
You're gonna have to help me with umbilical.
UMBILLICA.
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds about right. That would be my guess.
Umbilical cord. Thank you. I'm a horrible spout. Okay, I cut my umbilical cord.
I got myself cleaned up and dressed.
Okay.
Put the baby in a bag with a towel. And I don't know if I'm missing things I need to say.
Umbilical cord. She spelled it out for him. She helped him. She spelled the word that connected her to him.
No.
No, that's fine. So here, I'm gonna do that question answer format I was talking about with you. Do you want me to list Miss or Mrs.?
Miss.
Miss.
Please.
My sister did that too. She kept her married name. Is it for the kids? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
They have nothing to do with their father really, so they want me to keep the name.
That's good you get to talk about it. Not a lot of parents do that actually. You know, seek the input from their kids. It's just kind of, I'm doing what I'm doing. All right, so when you placed your hand over the mouth and nose of the baby, was it breathing?
Yes.
Question marks are so awkward. Aren't they? Okay, so did your intentional actions cause the death of the baby?
Yes.
See how the question answer format just kind of helps out in the end for a complete account. So did you know what you were doing would cause death or cause the baby to die?
Yes. I don't know how to answer that. No.
It's the truth. Like I said, these are all just writing down
It's
the
just-
truth. It's
To answer that. No.
It's the truth. Like I said, these are all just writing down the
just-
truth. It's a factual. All this is a factual account of what
Right.
you remember
I
from
mean,
that
do
time.
right.
It could make someone look great. It could make someone look like shit. But the truth's the truth. So where?
3 questions. 3 yeses. Was the baby breathing when you put your hand on him? Yes. Did you intend to kill him? Yes. Did you know your hands would kill him? Yes. Every legal element of intentional murder, written by her hand, signed by her name, in a single page.
So where was the towel when you set it on fire?
Under baby? By baby?
Under baby? Or under or by baby?
Yes. I'm not really sure. Near the baby?
I think I just have one last question, unless you have any. Here. So my last question is, why did you set the towel on fire while it was on the baby?
To get rid of DNA or fingerprints or.
To get rid of DNA or fingerprints?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
She set her own newborn son on fire, in a bed of tulips, in a public park, because she was afraid her fingerprints were on the towel. That is what she just wrote down. That is what she just signed.
It's everywhere.
But I don't watch any of that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't.
Anything else? Hey, Keri, so give this a read for me. If there's anything that you don't agree with that's not correct, you would like changed, please let me know. Like I said, that's just the documentation of your version of events. You can't read my handwriting, correct?
Okay.
Barely, right?
No, it's actually very nice.
Is that all right? So I just need to, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to write a paragraph here just that I've given the statement of my own free will and all that good stuff. I'll make sure I have you read that before we're over here. Okay, so let me just write your name on top here. Keri Mezzuca. It's, you gotta dot the I's, cross the T's. Okay, so just read that last little bit that I added in there. So here's what we need to do. So lastly, I need you to read this out loud for me.
False statements made herein are punishable as Class A misdemeanor pursuant to Section 210.45 of Penal Law of the State of New York.
So all that's saying, if you're lying is crime, it doesn't appear that you're lying, so don't worry about it. So here, take that, place your initials after York, just state that you understand that. All right, and then sign right here. Now this one's going to be a little different because after each time you respond, I just want you to put your initials. Right after baby here too, that's you.
Did you signature on that one?
Oh yeah, shit, sorry. Thank God you're paying attention. All right, initial there. Initial after, just close out so I can't add anything. And actually, one more thing, what I want you to do is draw a line from right here to right here. Yep, and then put your initials on it. That way nothing can be added to your version of events. Yep.
She signed it. She initialed after every answer. She drew a line across the blank space so nothing could ever be added to what she had just written. She authenticated her own murder confession like she was signing a payroll form. And when he asked her to draw that line, she did it without hesitation.
Anything we didn't ask you that you would like to add in or you think is important, by the way? It's important to hear your voice too, right? Like,
No, I mean, it happened. I was stupid. I was dumb. I was young. I was embarrassed, and honestly, I'm kind of glad it's over because somebody else knows at this point.
you feel relieved.
I do, in a way. Yeah.
That had to eat you up.
For years it did.
Yeah.
But then
Now you've made peace with it.
I did. I think after having my kids, and I don't know. I don't know if I made peace with it. I just
Learn to cope with it, I should
guess
say.
yes.
Well, that's like any trauma, you know. It doesn't matter if it's
5 years, 20 years.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's military service, first responder, you know, car crash.
I mean, I've had so much other crap in my life. You know, my house robbed, my divorce. You know, it's just.
Yeah.
Now, if you can find the people that robbed my house years ago, that'd be.
Well, been a little busy with some other things, and it's Guilderland. If they did it here, I would catch them, I swear to God. I love investigating burglaries, actually.
Do you?
They're one of my favorite. You know why? 'Cause they're so hard. I love them. They never found who broke in your house?
They did not find who broke into my house, and the weirdest thing was whoever broke into my house took all of our all my jewelry, all the crap, everything. Didn't touch anything in the kids' rooms.
That's one of your kids' friends.
No, they think it was because I live by the industrial park. They think it was one of the people.
I'm just telling you. That's
My kids were like 5 and.
Oh, yeah.
People that like run the train tracks that come through. That does happen.
Could be a beggar. All right. You good on water? Do you need anything else, man?
No,
Okay. Do you use restroom or anything?
no. My daughter, I'm sure, probably called me 15 times from Chicago, but yeah.
She was robbed once. That is the tragedy she brought up unprompted. Not the son she killed, the stuff someone took from her living room.
She an early riser?
She works.
What's the time difference? An hour
An
or
hour.
2? Hour? Okay. All right, Terry, hang tight a second here.
She protected her own children's rooms in her mind, long after she failed to protect the son she left in a flower bed. She built a house, she built a family, she built a life, she built a case in her own head that she was a good mother, a cookie cutter, cut and dry, clean, rule-following person. And it took 27 years and a genealogy database to open the door back to that bathtub. They step out. They come back with one more question. They think they may have identified the father from Roxbury. They want to be sure.
All right. Thank God we got people that are good at their jobs out there that can find this quickly for us. All good. So, Mike. All right. Maybe we might be waiting a second here. How familiar with him are you? Like,
Don't talk to him at all.
Back then, I'm saying.
Oh, very.
Very.
Yeah, we went to school together. Graduated. He graduated before me, but yeah.
Like you recognize him walking down the street
Yeah.
if you saw him. Okay. How many times do you think you saw him in person?
Over the years?
Yeah.
Thousands. Like I said, we were in high school together.
No. Okay. We might be on the wrong line. Like I said, it's been a lot today, so it might be the wrong. I think they got the wrong name, but this is why we check her work, right?
Wrong Barry. Even now, in her closing minutes in that interrogation room, she is protecting the name of the man whose child she killed. Or maybe she just doesn't remember. 27 years is a long time to hold on to a name you never wanted attached to yours.
That's why we check her work, right? So moving forward, right? I know you asked, am I getting arrested? You are not being arrested today, okay? What I can tell you is this is an investigation, right? There's a lot of moving parts to it. And part of that is we might have to talk to you again at some point, okay? So don't be surprised. I would try and not just pop up at your house randomly because, I don't know who you have there.
My kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or my son and his girlfriend.
Right. So I ideally probably wouldn't do that. Okay, it'd probably be a coordinated thing where I'd call you and say, hey, Keri, I want to link up with you. But if it's something like real urgent, we might go to the house. We try and use as much discretion as possible, not to blow you up.
Right.
We've talked to people about all kinds of stuff of very sensitive natures, and
Right.
it is what it is. We're not trying to put anyone on blast or anything like that, right? So expect that. That is a possibility, right? It's not the sense of like we're going to go screaming from the rooftops. Keri Mezzuca did, this thing in 1997. This is all about the truth.
So it's not going to be on the news like tomorrow, so I have to warn my parents?
No.
So I have to warn my parents?
No, it's not going to be on the news, right? Now moving forward, is it possible that you could be arrested at some point? Maybe. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's people want answers. I showed you. I mean, do you remember watching the news around that time?
I didn't watch the news around that time.
It was a big deal.
Because I didn't
Want to see? Yeah. Well, I will tell you that it was a rather big deal and a lot of people paid attention to it, right? Does that mean you're a bad person? No. And people make mistakes all the time, right? And as I've said numerous times to you, and I will continue to say throughout my life, everything is explainable, where your headspace was at that time. And I didn't live your life. I don't know what you were, as I was telling you,
Right.
what you were seeing, what you were smelling, what you were hearing, what you were thinking. So all that shit goes into consideration, right?
Right.
So, I mean, it is a possibility, right? So, however, this is one of those things where you could gamble it, like, hey, maybe nothing will ever happen. I'm good, right? Or this is something where you can tell your parents, give them a call or whatever, be like, hey, you
So I
might,
was stopping. This is a person thing.
yeah. It's just the whole thing, and a lot of times, usually we're used to a little bit more street violence down here, right? Like the
I'm worried
shootings.
about my career and everything too,
Yeah, rightfully so. You don't know. I mean, which is partially why I have to ask you. Are you thinking about harming yourself?
No.
Okay.
No.
Any access to guns, anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right. You understand why I have to ask, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
This is him?
Yes.
Okay. That's baby's dad?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just explaining to her, we might have to pop back in and ask her some questions at one point. We'll probably try and do a coordinator call.
It's freezing here, I'm sorry.
She was just asking about if she's gonna be arrested, and I told her, we don't know, right? There's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of things we gotta do. Definitely a possibility. For 100%, I do not want you leaving here and be like, I'm good.
No, I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm good about not being in trouble.
Yeah,
or
no.
anything like that.
I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. Is there a possibility it could happen? Yeah, maybe. Is there a possibility it couldn't? You never know. So,
I'm banking on it will, because that's my life.
what do you mean that's my life?
It just, that black cloud,
Yeah. Some people are more prone to just fall into yeah. I try and watch my language, but
Sorry.
sometimes they just flow.
Sorry.
But it's honestly, it boils down to I'm a different person I was 27 years ago. Like even little things, right? Like talking about the fire. Like, no, I was trying to, because if you look at it from the outside, right? Someone sees this as this baby set on fire, and they're like, what monster did that? But you lay out your logic of, no, I wasn't trying to hurt the baby, I was trying to destroy physical evidence, right? So honestly, explaining things like that and talking it out, things aren't always what they appear, right? I mean, is it a killing of a human being? Yes. Yeah, it's an intentional. All right. You understand why I have to ask, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
This is him?
Yes.
Okay. That's baby's dad?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was just explaining to her, we might have to pop back in and ask her some questions at one point. We'll probably try and do a coordinator call.
It's freezing here, I'm sorry.
She was just asking about if she's going to be arrested, and I told her, we don't know, right? There's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of things we got to do. Definitely a possibility. For 100%, I do not want you leaving here and be like, I'm good.
No, I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm good about not being in trouble.
Yeah,
or
no.
anything like that.
I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah. Is there a possibility it could happen? Yeah, maybe. Is there a possibility it couldn't? You never know. So,
I'm banking on it will, because that's my life.
what do you mean that's my life?
It just, that black cloud,
Yeah. Some people are more prone to just fall into yeah. I try and watch my language, but
Sorry.
sometimes they just flow.
Sorry.
But it's honestly, it boils down to I'm a different person I was 27 years ago. Like even little things, right? Like talking about the fire. Like, no, I was trying to, because if you look at it from the outside, right? Someone sees this as this baby set on fire, and they're like, what monster did that? But you lay out your logic of, no, I wasn't trying to hurt the baby, I was trying to destroy physical evidence, right? So honestly, explaining things like that and talking it out, things aren't always what they appear, right? I mean, is it a killing of a human being? Yes. Yeah, it's an intentional killing, but the heinous part of it, you offered an explanation, which, okay, fair enough. So as far as dealing with that and prepping people, if that's something you choose to do, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to live your life.
No.
You got anything?
Nope. Pretty good. We went over everything.
Do you have any questions of me? I've asked you a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Whole thing's unfortunate.
It's very, very unfortunate, and I wish I'd come forward years ago, but again, 25, young, stupid, didn't know how to handle, nobody knew anything, and I came back, and like I said, I blocked it out of my head, and...
It's called compartmentalization.
Mm-hmm.
People do it.
Mm-hmm. I just, I'm... Now, hindsight, I worry about my kids and my relationship with my kids. And
Oh yeah. I
You
mean,
know? I mean, they don't speak with their father at all, and all they have, and this could.
here's the thing. Everyone's got skeletons in their closet, just of different degrees,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but this is killing somebody. You know what I mean? Like, this is actual murder.
Yeah.
It's not. You know.
You know what though? The path of dealing with it, and you probably do feel better actually telling someone. I guarantee you'll sleep the hardest night you've ever slept in your life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you.
It's a huge load that's been lifted, getting it out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think because I've just hid it for so long that it's like I almost forgot about it, to be honest with you, and it's.
Yeah.
And now, no, I won't sleep tonight.
Is it a killing of a human being? Yes. She said yes. One more time. On the record. In the room. On tape. Just to make sure.
No, I won't sleep tonight.
Well,
Because I'll be worried, I'm worried about life. Not my, I won't physically harm myself or anything like that. I mean, just the consequences now.
right.
Yeah.
You're getting out,
Yeah, where it
people,
goes from here.
it's on the news, my life, my friends, I lose my friends, I lose my family, I lose my.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Those are all very legitimate concerns. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those are legitimate concerns.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't put a price on doing the right thing. Even if you made a mistake, as bad as it could be.
This one was bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's not good. But, dealing with it head on,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, the little dance we played at first, like, that can only last so long.
I know. And I even now, I think I just blocked it out so much that you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say I was lying to you because I wasn't. I was just,
It takes a little bit to deal with. That's not something you come right out and say.
No, I think I just.
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's over.
Is it though?
Well, the fear of, oh my God, someone's going to find out. We know.
Right.
We know. And, trying to minimize things, that's not the way to deal with it. Deal with it head on.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth head on is, you had a kid, you freaked out, you didn't want to have the kid anymore, you put your hand over its mouth, you stopped its breathing, you killed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you set a towel on fire that was on the baby to destroy the evidence. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, we're going to get you out of here in a minute. Okay?
Am I I'm supposed to be going to Florida in November. Am I free to go to Florida in November, or is that a down the road thing? Is that a...
that's a down the road thing. Let's take it one thing at a time here, right?
This is actual murder. Her words. Her sentence. Her mouth. She is not calling it a mistake anymore. She is not calling it a panic. She is calling it what it is, out loud, in the room, 27 years after she did it.
Take it one thing at a time here, right? So, we'll go from there. Okay?
Yeah,
Seriously, this is a lot for what. Let's deal with what we just unpacked.
I know. I just need to know you know what I mean.
There's a lot of uncertainties in life, right? You never know what each day is going to bring. Because I'm not going to tell you a definitive one way or another because I don't know.
And is this like jail time?
It possibly yes. It could be. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, Keri. Is like
You don't know.
I don't know. These things are beyond our control. What I can tell you is, I have a very simple job to do, and that's put a puzzle together and figure out what the truth is.
You figured out the truth.
And you and I, and Bob, through an honest conversation, have figured out what the truth is. Okay? So give us a sec. We're going to step out. We're going to collect your stuff. We have your car keys. We have your phone. We have your purse out there. We have your ID here. And we're going to get you right. Okay? All right. Hang on.
Am I free to go to Florida in November? That is the last question Keri Mezzuca asked in the interrogation room on September 6, 2024. 27 years to the day since she gave birth in a bathtub, held her hand over her son's mouth for 10 minutes, drove him to Washington Park in a Walmart bag, and set the towel he was lying on fire. She walked out of that station in her own car that morning. She was not arrested. Not that day, not that week. The detective told her the truth. An investigation is a puzzle, and puzzles take time to put together after 27 years. What she left behind in that room was the puzzle solved. Her DNA, her voice on tape, her handwriting on Albany Police Department letterhead, her initials after every answer, her line drawn across the empty space so no one could add a single word to what she had already said. Baby Moses is buried in Albany. The headstone reads, Baby Moses, September 8, 1997. Hundreds of strangers came to his funeral. His mother never did. She knows his name now. If this kind of frame-by-frame breakdown, where the truth is dragged out of a 27-year silence, one sentence at a time, is what you're here for, subscribing means you'll see the next one the moment it drops.